Previously on Coruscant Nights.
You know, I just got off of a tour of duty for the Senate. Do you really want to test fate today?
That person outside peeks around the door frame again, opens their eyes really wide, and just books it. And you hear the engine of a swoop start up. The sirens outside are getting louder and closer, and the swoop sounds like it is taking off down the street.
So Stano looks over to Kora'lyne and goes,
Remember what we did on Kashyyyk?
I remember well.
Very good.
So he starts to drag the two outside.
Mm-hmm.
He takes off their jackets and then grabs some rope and then hangs them on the front of the shop, by their feet, just hanging upside down. Just basically puts a knife through the wood and through their jacket, so that's hanging out. The jackets are hanging on this wooden post, mm-hmm. and being held and the knife is going right through their insignias.
Yeah, they've got these big patches of sort of a red wolf skull with horns.
Yeah,
and your knife is right through it.
Yep.
Since this is a beach-themed restaurant, I think they are now hanging next to a big hanging styrofoam shark.
Oh, that's so good.
Jaws now has company outside.
The city is filled with dead ends and one-way streets. But one person's dead end is another person's not dead end. Yes, it's the Blood Wolves again. How long have they been bothering you? And Uncle says, They've been coming by for about 2 months now. And you didn't call us before? No, they threatened me. But something even worse has happened now. Oh, what's that? Well, Cantina's commissaries and cafes is gonna come here tomorrow, and we're all out of Nexu fish.
Let's not worry about the state of the restaurant. We're just out of fish. That's so. What a twist! Oh,
that's
God.
The plot.
Oh, I love you, Mark.
And Ankel turns to the two of you and says, I'm gonna need you to do an extra errand before you're off tonight. I'll pay you double time. Just please, find some Nexu fish. It's our specialty.
Very well, Uncle. You will have your Nexa fish.
The clone just sort of stands back and, I guess we'll take these 2, 3. Is there a third one in there?
Is there?
He starts, crawling out of the door, the one who got all tripped up. Reggie, go take care of that guy, would you? And they start cuffing and processing these bikers.
And Stano looks over at the clone and goes,
Give them the special treatment. They deserve it.
Right, the special treatment. I got you covered.
Thank you, comrade.
And as he loads these guys into the cruiser, they knock their horns on the door.
Oh, God.
All right, you've got a new mission. How do you want to do it?
Would we know where to get Nexu fish
at
this time of night?
This is Gunga Town. They like their fish here. There's a market here, and there's one up in Dak Avenue. They aren't necessarily 24 hours, but you might be able to find a place that is still open or is getting a fresh shipment in late at night.
You're the brains of the operation, Velvet. You do this one.
I was gonna say, from all the deliveries I do, I think I would know, their schedules and maybe even delivery times by this point.
You want to roll for it?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what I could roll here. Would that be coordination?
I would think it would probably be streetwise or one of the knowledge skills.
Could Faye have a boost because of their deliveries, maybe?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, everything's kind of the same here. All right. So I'll do streetwise.
Do you want to flip?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I want us to head 5 light side points so we can rub it into Wayne's face.
Okay, I get it. Easy, 1 purple. So that's 3 advantages.
Mhm.
You've got a good idea that the fish market in Upper Gunga Town, the fancier part of town, gets late night shipments for early morning market. All the good restaurants go up there. There might be some competition in getting the Nexu fish, but that's probably where you want to go.
Upper Gungan Town is probably our best bet. They get the late night deliveries for their morning specials.
I like late night deliveries. Such nice people who deliver the things. Very nice people.
That's really creepy.
I'm trying, Mark.
Late night deliveries. I like late night deliveries.
One of the clones, as the last one to get in the cruiser, looks past the two of you and says, "Nice bikes."
Oh, thank you very much. I acquired it recently.
As he's like staring off at the clones are still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as he's staring at the 3 bruised up chaps in the car.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, it's a recent acquirement.
And then I think we have a screen wipe to the two of you on the backs of these bikes driving through town.
Sounds good. Stano has a bike now.
We see Kora'lyne and Stano riding swoop bikes through Gunga Town. Gunga Town is kind of far below the surface of Coruscant. You can't see the night sky, but you feel the cool night air. Do either of you have hair? Some Zabrats have hair.
No, I do not have hair. It is straight up bald.
Okay.
Kora'lyne does, but it's like that. It's like a very tight Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction, Bob.
Okay, great.
You know what?
Kora'lyne, yes.
I just thought of something.
What's that?
I think my character actually looks like a taller version of Hellboy.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, just like random thought.
Yeah. All upper body?
Yeah, just all upper body. He's just this tall, like Hellboy looking Zabrak. Like because they have red faces, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, so let's say his face is red. Yeah, so he just looks like a taller version of Hellboy.
In a polo shirt.
Yeah, so like he looks like he's like a restaurant owner or like
business casual Hellboy.
Yeah, or he's going on golf like or he's like a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
On a golf trip, like at a hotel, like ready to give like a speech of like how well you could sell on the Nutrisystem plan.
Are you sure he doesn't have like a really short ponytail then?
Give him a ponytail. Fine, he's got a ponytail. Great. Yeah.
Is it like the little rat tail or like a full-blown ponytail?
I think it's just long enough that he's got like a little inch of ponytail.
Yeah. He's a sleazeball. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna give him a ponytail. He's got a ponytail and looks like Hellboy. Done.
Perfect.
Canon.
Stano and Kora'lyne feel the cool Coruscant air in their various hairs.
It's cool in here, sister.
You should talk while you're on the speeder. Catch bugs in your throat.
The two of you make your way to the market that Kora'lyne suspects is a good place to get fish at this time of night. So with your failure on that check, this place is pretty dark, but you have 3 advantages. Any ideas?
So I'm gonna say that one of the advantages is that we're in the right area.
Yeah.
But we're like in front of like a building that's like 2 blocks down.
Yeah, you can see the market. It's got those sort of I don't know what to call them. It's got like garage doors in the front that they close, and it like opens up in this big space, and they're closed right now.
Oh, this is not good, sister. It looks like the store is closed. Where are we going to get the next fish now?
It doesn't matter if the store is closed, brother. We just have to flag down a truck.
What are you planning?
And I think for the other 2 advantages, maybe I know the back alleys.
Sure.
that the trucks usually do go through. So, because they load the deliveries in through the back, so they're not just taking up all of the front space that there were for people to go through.
Yeah, that makes sense. The two of you hop off your swoops and head down one of the alleys towards the back of this fish market.
Yeah. And with that failure, I'm also going to say that the back alleys is actually like a maze.
Sure.
So we make a right turn. We're trying to get like around the building and just end up in between like 3 other buildings and so forth. Like it just turns into. I mean, this is Coruscant. The whole place is a freaking maze. So,
but since those advantages were spent on Kora'lyne knowing the back alleys, Stano's just. It seems almost like Stano's trying to get lost, but Kora'lyne's able to grab him at every turn and say,
"Yeah,
the other way."
This alley looks promising, sister.
That's just another dead end. That'll take you to the caviar shop, and that's not what we're looking for. Stick close to me, brother.
Caviar. I like caviar. It's so fishy.
Now that you say that, this whole place stinks.
I like seafood. Blue Lobster is my favorite restaurant besides the food that I cook.
And as the two of you make it around the back of this fish market, there's a truck there. And somebody is unloading crates. They're like those big metal floaty crates. And they've got probably like one open just for cinematic reasons. And there's like steam. It's like really cold and there's just steam coming out of it. The person who is unloading these crates is a bival. They've got sort of this big crest on the top of their head and almost like little duck lips, and then 2 stalk eyes that come out of the sides. Mm-hmm. He's unloading these crates and has somebody, a Mon Calamari person, is currently like signing a document and hands the data pad back to this.
Oh,
this
cool. There's a Mon Calamari. He likes Mon Calamari because it's fish. I'm kidding. No,
bival's pretty fishy too.
So
I see what you did there.
Yeah, right. So he walks up to the two.
Excuse me, friends. Don't be alarmed. I know I'm large in size, but we work at a restaurant not too far from here, and we were hoping you could maybe help us find some Nexa fish.
The Mon Calamari says,
"The market's closed. I can't sell you anything at this time of night. Come back in the morning."
Well, the morning will be too late. We have,
what is it? Fry Giari?
It's Fry.
Yeah.
Fry Chiari.
I will note that
Fry
as Stano has moved on his own, I'm kind of skirting in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, it's important that we get the Nexa fish because Fry Giari is going to be visiting our restaurant, and that is our specialty, and we don't have any.
I'm flipping a dark side point because this Mon Calamari hates cantinas, commissaries, and cafes.
Oh no!
And they say,
our rivals.
Fry Kiri, he's so obnoxious. He doesn't even know anything about food.
Yes.
You two have a good night. I'm gonna head inside, okay?
Okay. I understand, Comrade Mon Calamari. I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
The Mon Calamari heads inside and closes the door behind her.
And then immediately, like, Stano just snaps his fingers, like, get over here, get over here.
I mean, the delivery dude is still there.
Yeah, the bival starts going back to the front of their speeder truck.
Oh, okay, cool. So, like, he gives, so I'm going to say that Stano and Kora'lyne have been working together throughout their careers with the Senate forces. So he gives, like, a nonchalant signal for Kora'lyne to come over here and do her thing.
Is it a bird call? And what does it sound like?
Oh.
You know, a nonchalant signal.
Hey, look, I don't know if Coruscant has any wildlife. I can't imagine that they killed all the wildlife building the city.
What does Kora'lyne do hearing that?
So one of my powers lets me force someone to, perceive an illusionary person. Now, is that just a visual illusion, or do they also think they hear them or something like that?
It is misdirect, right?
Yes.
And you've got a few upgrades on that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I really just a one range upgrade and control illusion is all I got on that.
Okay, so basically you roll a force die and then you can either hide somebody or make them look like something else. Perceived appearance, I would assume means how they look.
I'm looking at the control illusion that says may use this power to force the target to perceive a single illusory person or object.
Yes, okay. I missed that you had that one. So yeah, you can make them see somebody or something that's not there.
Now, are all the deliveries inside the building, or is the person still unloading them?
They are all delivered. This Bivol has just closed up the back of their truck and is about to head up front.
So are the deliveries, are they there for us to take and we just have to wait for them to leave, or are they, locked up in the building now with the Mon Calamari?
I think the Mon Calamari took them inside before exclaiming her hatred of cantinas, commissaries, and cafes.
Oh, that's wretched.
Okay. So, all right. So then for misdirection, I can make someone look like someone else?
Yep. Or you can make somebody basically have the illusion of another person there if you want a third person.
Okay. I mean, since all deliveries are inside, I think, and let me know if this is feasible, I think my plan may be just to disguise Stanos as the delivery person and have them distract the Mon Calamari while I, go inside and swipe some stuff.
Okay. You're going to let the current driver drive away and then try and trick the Mon Calamari into thinking there's more stuff to be delivered.
Yeah, I think that's my angle right now.
Okay. Roll your force die.
I didn't know you had force powers. How dare you not disclose that information to me? I've been betrayed. Et tu, Kora'lyne.
Been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Is that just rolling F for force, or?
I think F or W will do it. One dark side point. What is the force like to Kora'lyne?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think, them being from Dathomir, I think she has a very, naturalist, almost tree of life view of the Force.
Mm-hmm. Does she exclusively use one side of the Force, or does she open to both sides?
Definitely both sides. I think she has less ideological constraints about the Force than other people do. For her, it's like a force of nature.
Yeah. Okay. What happens? What does it look like when Kora'lyne uses the Force to disguise Stano as this delivery driver?
I think it's almost a Scarlet Witch-esque type of thing. It's these green vapors that kind of appear out of nowhere and swirl around Stanos, and then right, it's like that. It's like it's like a creepy version of the Magical Girl transformation. There's a torrent of these vapors, and then when they dissipate, Stanos now looks like the delivery person.
Great. Okay. Has Stano? Is this normal to him?
Well, we've worked a lot together,
right,
in the Senate, so I think so. Yeah,
you're siblings. You know this stuff about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Joe, did not know that Velvet was bringing in a force using character. So yeah. So, but Stano, on the other hand, knows his sister very
okay,
and vice versa.
All right. So you knock on this back door, and it takes a second, but the Mon Calamari opens it up and looks at you and says,
"Did you forget something?"
So Stano goes, well, what does the delivery person sound like?
Yeah, you didn't find that out.
Well, I did want to ask before, because I think the illusion is only visual, so I think our usual MO for this is to have them start faking an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that Stano is holding his arm right now, and could Stano see the illusion?
That's a good question. You would probably see either the inside of the illusion, since you're aware of the illusion, or not see it at all. You maybe saw it happen.
I'm gonna go ahead and see and say whatever is most advantageous to me, which is he can see inside the illusion.
Okay,
so
like
he holds that. What's that?
It looks like you have a beak.
You're inside the mascot suit.
Yeah, you can see your mouth is a lot further forward than usual.
Okay, cool. So like he looks down, and I'm going to imagine that there's like an arm injury there, right? Like, he cut himself really bad on something.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks down at it, and he's holding his arm like he's hurt, and he's just like.
What happened? Are you okay?
And he just shakes his head like he has not heard the delivery person's voice, and he's just like he's like motioning to like take him inside to like get cleaned up.
Come inside. We've got a first aid kit in the office.
Yeah, so so he goes in there.
She grabs you by the arm and pulls you in and around a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And
what do I see?
You see the back halls of this place. They're brightly lit with overhead lighting, probably some sort of white painted Duracrete.
Mm-hmm.
The floors are that sort of shiny concrete, easily washable, that kind of stuff. There are a couple garage doors that probably lead out to the front of this place as well.
So I'm going to flip a light side point.
Okay.
At that point, I'm going to say that she actually takes me in to the room where they dropped off the stuff.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say that it's not like it's in front of the garage door. Like they just dropped it there so they can finish their business and then leave, because that's all they're contracted to do. And then she sits me down on a chair like in that room.
And there's like an ice machine, and she scoops out some ice and puts it in a cloth and says,
"Hold it on there. I'll be right back with the first aid kit."
And like he looks physically pained.
And just goes.
Oh god. Immediately after she leaves the room, Stano runs over to the garage door, and is it like one of those pull up and pull down like bay doors where you would put the lock like on the floor?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to try. I'm going to break the lock.
Okay.
So I actually have tools for that.
Do you? You've got lockpick tools?
I do.
Where is Coral? I assume Kora'lyne's still outside, hiding in the shadows.
Yes.
I have lockpicking tools.
Sneaky shadow person.
I'm lurking hard.
All right, so you're gonna pick the locks, not break the locks.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make noise.
Okay, so it's gonna be a skullduggery check then.
Gotta dig those skulls.
This is not your best skill.
No, probably not. Let's see.
You could potentially argue something else, but I think skullduggery is probably what it should be.
Yeah, skullduggery. Cool.
With a boost for your tools.
All right, what's the difficulty? Please say 1. 1
I'm
purple.
gonna go with 2. I'm gonna go with average.
Okay. Man, Mark, you're gonna get me found out. I don't want to hurt these people. Why are you putting me in these precarious?
I don't want you to hurt these people either.
I don't. They didn't do anything. Okay, so 1 exclamation part. I'm gonna turn one of those into a yellow.
Okay, it's getting a little dark in here again.
Yeah, it is getting a little dark, isn't it? And then, oh, thank God.
1 success, 1 threat.
1 success and 1 threat. So I'm able to open the lock, but
So that garage door might be a little loud.
yeah. So that garage door is a little loud, and someone may have heard it.
Mm-hmm. But it's open.
Yeah, but you know what I'm going to do? I unlocked the lock, but I'm going to leave it in a position where it still looks like it's locked.
Okay. So you unlock it, open it up just a little bit, just enough for Kora'lyne to duck in, and then close it back up so it looks like it's locked, but it's not locked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be the threat. It's not actually locked. And somebody may have heard.
Yeah, you're both in here now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the roll. Did it? I did it.
Okay.
Yay! I succeeded.
So you're in this place. There are crates that are probably filled with fish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there are 5 crates here right now.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for or hoping that the Mon Calamari does not come back with the first aid kit, basically.
Actually, I'm going to counteract that by actually leaving the room and finding myself out in the hallway, pretending like I lost a lot of blood, and I'm just dazed at this point and used.
Okay, so you're gonna go be a distraction while Kora'lyne looks through these crates?
Yes.
Okay, the crates are not locked. So when you open them up and they're like filled with, they're probably not filled with ice. They're probably just like electronically cooled. But you see burrafish, you see eel, you see gooberfish and lampfish, but you don't see any Nexu fish.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What if I look super hard?
If you look super hard, you still only see blue vev gliders and scrups and Nemoidian scumfish, but no Nexu fish.
Just to play it safe, from my time there, would any of these fish kind of approximate a Nexu fish?
Let's get a dice roll on what you know about Nexu fish. You can definitely have, I'm going to say 2 boosts for your time working at this place. And
All right.
you can have another boost for what you did before you worked here. But we're going to do a knowledge. I think all your knowledge are the same. So we're just going to say it's a knowledge check.
Yeah. I'm going to roll education.
And it'll be average. It'll be 2 purples. Okay, 1 success, 3 advantages. You know that Nexu fish is basically the Star Wars equivalent to pufferfish. You have to prepare it just right, or it's poison.
Okay, cool.
You also know that it is it's a fancy dish. It's probably not something that Ankel has on his normal menu, and he's probably just making it for cantinas, commissaries, and cafes because it takes an expert hand to actually make it. So yeah, it's a fancy fish that is on the rarer side, probably.
With the Nexu fish, is it almost like a situation between like blowfish and pufferfish, or like?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll try to grab something that'll approximate it, just on the off chance that we're not able to net any Nexu fish.
Sure, your 3 advantages. You can find something that is close, and maybe even like a cooler bag or something like that to take it with you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's like a little bag of ice, like when you get from a goldfish at the fair.
Yeah, right. And out in the hall, Stano is feigning his injury, sort of stumbling around, and the Mon Calamari comes back and says,
Wait, what are you doing? You get back in there. Go sit down. You keep that arm raised. You're gonna lose too much blood.
So immediately as the Mon Calamari comes up to me, I put my back against the wall and I slide down and my eyes start to like roll like to the back of my head, like I've lost so much blood that that like I'm starting to go unconscious.
Okay, I think at this point we need a deception check from Stano.
Oh God, this is gonna be horrible.
Gonna lie like a liar.
Deception,
I'm gonna
2 green.
Flip a dark side point to make it against red and a purple.
Oh, 2 green against a red and a purple. Come on.
Yeah.
I believe.
It's not that bad, right? What could go wrong? 1 advantage.
1 advantage.
Fine. Have your advantage.
Okay. So,
So there's something weird, and the Mon Calamari sort of notices that you look like you're bleeding, but there's no blood anywhere.
yeah. So, how can I spin this? I'm gonna say the advance. So, like, she's found out that this is kind of like a show.
Yeah.
While she's focused on me, my sister has basically has just the right opportunity to get the hell out.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get a stealth check from Kora'lyne to get out. I'm also gonna flip to make it a red. Let's see. Let's do a red, and you can have a boost for the advantage on the previous roll.
Cool. And that's against the red and the what?
Just a red.
Oh.
Just 2 advantages.
Oh,
Oh.
So the Mon Calamari looks at your arm and says,
Hey, wait a second. What's going on here? There's nothing wrong with you. There's no blood anywhere.
and then she hears a footstep behind her and quickly turns and sees Kora'lyne there, who she has never seen before. What do you want to do with those 2 advantages?
Can I take one of them?
Yeah, go for it.
So as she's distracted now by Kora'lyne, Stano takes like the whole like rag full of ice thing and like splashes it in her face.
Okay.
And then immediately gets up, grabs his sister by the back of the shirt and runs.
And you get to that garage door and grab the lock and throw it away. Throw the door up. Your swoops are there.
Cool. I hop on the swoop and I would take off.
I think for my advantage, I'd like to, as we're leaving, make the swoop look like a different kind. So, she gives a false report.
Okay. I think you have to roll that. All right. So, and are you light side or dark side?
I mean, based on the work we've done, probably closer to dark side than anything.
Yeah, but if you're not full on super dark, you should be taking strain each time you use the dark side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so what do you make the swoops look like?
Do we have a restaurant that is our rival?
Probably Bronktoni Bival Cuisine down in Little Onderon. Yeah.
I think I'm going to make our swoop look like one of their delivery vehicles.
Great. Yeah, so she runs out of the back of this fish market and sees a pair of swoops driving away, and it looks like one of them has a little delivery container on the back with the Bronktoni Bival Cuisine logo on it. Great.
That poor restaurant.
They knew the risk when they got into the food business.
They're risking it all. Oh boy, what a way to throw in some risk into this this night, right? So Stano, as we're driving off with the swoop, on the swoops, he kind of yells out,
Sister, do you know where we can go next?
It's getting later. Can I do another knowledge check for any places that may still be getting deliveries?
Sure. Streetwise or one of your knowledge skills.
They're both the same.
Okay.
What difficulty do you want me to roll against?
Let's do an easy check based on your last roll and the things you know about Nexu fish. So one purple.
One purple. Sounds good. Let's see.
Oh, finally. Success.
Okay. A success and a threat. Yeah, you've got a good idea of a place that would still be open that would probably have some Nexu fish in their kitchen. The problem is it's owned by a hut. It's called Panas, and it's a couple levels up in Dak Avenue.
I mean, gotta give it a shot.
So the two of you drive your swoops up to Dak Avenue. We are a couple days after the Battle of Coruscant, and Dak Avenue was pretty hard hit. There is still a large ship spanning the avenue. Most of the businesses in the area are closed right now, but Panas is surprisingly busy. It is a fancy, high-class restaurant. You just driving by, you spot a pair of bouncers out front, and if you circle around the back, you would also see some people standing around by the back door. There are people in nice outfits going in. It looks like there's also a rooftop bar where people are just having a good time and enjoying Dak Avenue despite the devastation that the battle caused. It's got a big neon sign that says Panas right in front. It doesn't look like it was hit by the battle at all.
This looks like the spot, sister. Shall we go in?
You go in and see if you can find it. I'll wait outside in case we have to resort to any less scrupulous means of attaining the Nexu fish.
Very well, sister. I believe this restaurant is owned by a hut. Perhaps we can make a deal. What do you say to that? Or should we take it by force? Because I'm not particularly fond of huts.
Neither am I, but we don't want to cause too much trouble that could follow us back to Angkor.
If there be trouble, I'll just roll him down a hill.
As tempting as that is, I think we have to play to Coruscant rules as much as we can. We should try to strike a deal with the hut first, but if that fails, we will get the Nexu fish by hook or by crook.
We challenge him. Let him bring 2 champions. It will be fight to the death. Just like the good days on Dathomir. Back-to-back tag team. Remember, we are champions.
We are, but that is by our rules. The Huts do not play honorably.
All right, fine.
So he like puts turns off his bike, goes in.
All right, so you go in. Well, you start to go in, and one of the 2 people up front, as you walk between them, puts a hand out and says, "You're going in looking like that."
Yes. Do you not see the uniform? I'm from another restaurant. I would like to speak with your boss.
We've got a dress code here. You've got to, dress up a little bit.
But business is business. So does the Hut not want to make a deal? I thought that is what they are all about.
Hana? I mean, he owns the place, but...
But business is business.
The restaurant's a little below him. He doesn't come here that often. He just makes his money here. I guess you could talk to the manager.
The manager will be fine.
This person that you're talking to is a Trandoshan, and he looks across at the other person. Stasis, do you think he'd mind if we just sent him in? I don't know. We could just send him in. It's fine, I guess.
Very good, friends.
You can go in.
Yeah, so he nods his head in respect and waltzes right in.
You walk in, and there's somebody at a podium there, and they also look you up and down. Why don't you tell me what this person looks like?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say that it is a clone.
It's a clone.
It's a clone.
He's retired from service.
He's retired from service because of a leg injury that he got in a blast during some random battle, whatever you want to use for that.
Okay, and he's working at this restaurant now.
And yeah, he manages this restaurant for Pana.
Okay.
He's got a scar that goes around that goes from his forehead on the right side of his, and then kind of through past his eye, like as if somebody had cut his face like up and down on one side of his face, but just enough to leave a scar, not to leave it hanging off over or anything. And he walks with a limp. Yeah, and he just walks with a limp.
He says, "You're a little bit dressed down for Panas. Is there something I can help you with?"
I come from the Little Cabana. You may have heard of it at some point. We're looking for some Nexa fish, and I'm afraid that all the markets are closed, and I was just wondering if we could maybe work something out so that we could have some fish to serve tomorrow.
No, we don't usually sell raw fish to anybody. We just got a delivery a few hours ago. We might have something in the back, but this is highly irregular.
I know, but it is a very important occasion. In fact, Fry Giri's coming to visit our restaurant tomorrow. Perhaps we could work something out. Maybe we can send him your way after he visits our restaurant.
I'm afraid cantinas, commissaries, and cafes is a little bit pedestrian for Panas. If you
But he is well connected. Perhaps he could tell one of his higher class colleagues to come visit. I'm sure Pana will be thrilled.
I really want you to do a negotiation check, but
oh my god,
I'm looking at your negotiation right now.
And it's one green.
Yep.
Believe you never know.
Is there some other sort of social check that you'd like to do that might be a little bit better?
Let's see here. Coercion.
No, there really isn't.
Coercion. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because he has no intention of telling Fry Giri about this at all. All he said was he put in a word for him to send somebody out.
Well, coercion's like some sort of threat.
I don't know. That could be used as a trickery thing. Let's see here. Coercion.
I mean, I think you do get an automatic advantage when threatening somebody, so.
The practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. So let's just say he says it very, very imposingly.
Okay, yeah, so he stands up to his full height. He's looking down at this clone. He's got his pointing his horns at him.
Yeah, but like to Stano, it's like just him standing up and just saying, kind of like in a sign of respect. But the clone doesn't know that. I mean, would that work?
I'll take it.
All right. Yes. So let's see.
Do you want to flip one by any chance?
Yes, I'm definitely going to flip a light side point since we have them.
So coercion, I think, usually goes against discipline. It's funny that you made this guy a clone.
Yeah, they're very disciplined.
Two reds and a purple.
Okay, cool. I mean, like, the odds are still kind of with me, maybe.
Maybe.
So let's see. 1 yellow, 2 greens, and a boost against 2 reds and
a purple. Yep.
Oh!
Oh.
3 failures and 3 advantages.
Okay. The clone stiffens up, stands a little bit straighter, and says, I'm afraid we don't serve your kind here.
Whoa.
I'm going to have to ask you to move along.
Yeah, so like he goes...
and he snaps his fingers.
Oh, wait.
And a couple goons come out.
Is this really necessary, comrade? Were you not in the Clone Wars? I fought alongside you.
I was in the Clone Wars, yes.
Yes, I served on Kashyyyk.
And this is not the sort of business that we do in this establishment.
So you're going to show a former comrade this sort of disrespect? I'm abashed. I'm hurt.
I'm afraid I don't know you, sir. And this is between my livelihood and the word of somebody that I don't know.
Very well. We are no longer comrades. If you want to play that game, what would you be willing to... let's get to the point. I need a fish. I need a fish for tomorrow. What would you be willing to wager for me to against me getting that fish? Because I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of during the Clone Wars.
What are we gambling for this fish now?
I would gamble with my life for this fish.
Is it really worth that much to you?
It's worth the world. It's worth the universe.
I'm not gonna fight you for it if that's what you're thinking.
Well, I mean, do you have a challenge? Do you like to gamble? I don't know. What would you want from me? I have services that I can offer, aside from, cooking. I am a chef.
What do you want to do with those 3 advantages?
With those 3 advantages, he has some sort of a challenge for me. He's going to take this bet. I am not walking out of here without that damn fish.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Let me think for 1 second.
Wow, what a twist.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative.
For more information on this and our other projects, visit nightcastcreative.com.
Thanks to Velvet and Joe for playing on these episodes. You can find Velvet on Twitter at OGBrownSugar, and Joe is at Joe Chasm. That's JoeKhasm. And you can find both of them on Flight Risk Podcast, with new episodes every Friday, wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're loving Coruscant Nights, be sure to leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher and visit us on Patreon at patreon.com/Coruscant Nights.
Hey all you Coruscant Night Crawlers, Mark and Juniper here. It's October 2nd, and our big 100th episode trivia contest extravaganza is underway. Yesterday's question was, Z and Anya captured a being who was terrorizing the population of Dak Avenue with mysterious attacks in the night. Where did they take the Ansat to take a blood sample? Know the answer? Jump on our Discord to send it to us and be entered in a drawing for dice, adversary cards, pins, mugs, stickers, and other great gaming and Star Wars stuff. Check our show notes for the link.